All right, excuse me, just got out the shower, but hey, man, I appreciate y'all for watching. It's been a minute, getting to this prediction video. I can sit here and blame it on time and all that other type of stuff, but in reality, the NFL really, they really drugged this Lions Kansas City shit. It wasn't even the fans dragging it. And Sunday, man, I got plenty of videos coming Sunday. We might do 4 or 5 videos Sunday, something crazy. So, but it was them dragging it. I mean, think about it. It is no disrespect to Tampa Bay fans at all, but think about it for a minute. We had the Kansas City game. You thought Brian Branch added some fire to the fuel, so it's like, all right, 48-hour rule probably with that. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we moving on, right? And then you had the NFL Films and Louis Riddick, who didn't get the Detroit Lions front office job. They did the video. You know what I'm saying? And you talking to people. I'm talking about people all over the city about this. You know what I'm saying? And then, they do, well, let's fast rewind. But then we had the officiating controversy in the pool report. They said that New York didn't call because that would be against the rules, right? Then Campbell on 97.1 Ticket was like, yeah, the referee told me that they did call and make them change the play. So, okay, we fuming about that. Then NFL Films, they did the video assassinating Brian Branch's character. Okay, we still boiling over that. Move on, Detroit, and it's cool. We trying to move on. All this shit is out of our hands. We trying to move on, and then they go out here, and y'all probably see this video tomorrow. Jack Campbell, they used him punching the ball out versus Cincinnati Bengals and saying, now if you punch and miss, it's going to be a personal foul or it's going to be a flag. And my thing is this, you had the dude from the 49ers who punched Kyron Williams in the face, caused a fumble, and they didn't use that as a video. So we get it, bro. Like, we actually pretty much get it. We've got it from, the Tigers, from them not wanting the Wings to win. It was very evident in the bad boy Pistons not wanting the Pistons to win. So we get y'all got a vendetta against Detroit. We get it, bro. We get it, man. It's just we just at the point where, we might have to fuck a referee up or Roger Goodell up. That's just what it's gonna come down to. Y'all gonna have to get a little scared, okay? Or y'all might have to get fucked up. That's just what it boils down to. Because at the end of the day, we want to move on, but y'all taunting us. You don't taunt a city like Detroit. And then on top of that, they sit here and they continue to schedule us on Monday Night Football in doubleheaders. Last year they did it. Like, I don't want to see a doubleheader Monday Night Football. Monday Night Football is exclusivity. Wow. Oh, my bad. I thought I'm tripping. I'm doing dumb stuff. It's for exclusivity. That's what it's for. Monday Night Football is for exclusivity. It's like, okay, this is a premier game that we think is going to be a premier game. That's what it's for. It's not, oh, we got 2 premier games. And when y'all talk about why the NFL, when they go back and say, why did NFL fall from grace? Because think about it real quick. At some point, baseball was on top, right? Baseball was was the sport. It was America's pastime. And they probably thought, hey, never in a million years will baseball, fall off and not be the number 1 sport in America. It happened. At one point, for those millennials and people who lived it in the 90s, you'd have never thought basketball wouldn't be the golden sport. You never would have thought it. So, you can go back and study the downfall of all the sports that had America's heart. Or America's heart, boxing. You can just go back and really do really in-depth documentaries when we talk about these type of things. And at some point, they're going to go back and look like, why did the NFL fall flat on its face and fall off? Greed, a bunch of greedy white owners. That's just the best way I can put it. Greed. A bunch of greedy white owners, a bunch of baby boomers, and probably older than that. Who lost touch with time and, greed. But we have Tampa Bay versus Detroit. There's no disrespect to Tampa. I love Tampa. Simeon Rice. Mike Allstott was one of my favorite players growing up. I had the Mike Allstott folder. Rondé Barber was real good back in the day. I mean, I know the history of y'all team, so shout out to. I'm a huge creamsicle fan. No Diddy, but it's in Detroit. We got a 62% chance to win, 37.6% according to matchup indicator for the Bucs. Bucs is a good football team. They've been fighting their own injuries. Baker may be the leader for the MVP. 6.5 point spread for the Lions. So 53.5 point, over and under. That's what it opened at. Still there. Money line plus 230 for Tampa, 280. Right now, Baker Mayfield 1,539 yards, 12 TDs, one interception. Jared Goff 1,390 yards, 14 TDs, two interceptions. And like I said, I feel like the Lions offense really ain't hit their stride yet. Bucky Irvin, they number one rusher, he's out. 237. Jahmyr Gibbs 390. And you supposed to see an uptick in Dave Montgomery, which he's been running to me better than Jahmyr Gibbs this year. I think Jahmyr Gibbs historically gets off to a slow start. And Emeka Buka 469, 27 receptions, 5 TDs. Mara 452, 44 receptions, 6 TDs. And Emeka Buka been doing work down the field. Dybee is linebackers. They had 3 sacks. Aiden Hutchinson has 6 sacks. Probably can almost have 10 already if it wasn't for some call, some questionable. T. Smith, their safety, has 45 tackles. Jack Campbell 56. That's impressive, and I don't think that's a good thing for your safety to lead your team in tackles unless he's like that joker, always in the box, really an additional linebacker. Former Lions cornerback Teddy Bridgewater questionable with an illness. Josh Williams out. Chris Godwin out. Bucky Irvin out. Mike Evans questionable, and also they have Emeka Buka and Mike Evans, who is supposed he's not on the injury report for whatever reason. They're supposed to be game time decisions. It's like Mike Evans always battling a hamstring injury right now. Taylor Decker, he's expected he return to practice. He may play. Sonoy Vecchi out, another draft injury bust. Terrion Arnold shoulder out. He did return to practice. I wouldn't rush it, especially before the bye week. DJ Reader questionable with a back. And Kirby Joseph is officially out. So none of your starting safeties, none of your starting corners. I think when you revisit that spread, I think they're gonna have an issue. They last 5 games. They lost only once to Philly. Beat San Francisco, beat Seattle, beat the Jets, beat Houston. We won our last 4 and then lost to Kansas City. Really in this game, I think the Lions gonna lose. I'm not gonna hold you up. No Kirby, no Branch, no DJ Reader, no Terrion Arnold. I think regardless of this at the crib Monday night, if Mike Evans and Emeka Buka play, they're going to lose this game flat out. So I feel like, if those guys play and that I think I would rest Taylor Decker one more week then. Give him 2 weeks before the bye. I'd bite the bullet. I know you don't want to lay down. And, at the end of the day, all last year, both their losses was on the road, whether it was to Tampa last year or at home, both their losses was to Tampa, was at home, and then they lost to Tampa, then they lost to Washington in the playoffs. So, honestly, I would have probably if I had guys that was on that line and they wasn't healthy, I would sit them. I would sit them this week. I think this is a game they're most likely going to lose. None of your defensive backs are healthy. None of your starting DBs are healthy. So that's just my opinion on it. If Mike Evans and Emeka Buka play, which I expect them probably to play, the Bucs are gonna run away with this one. It might be prime time Monday night. It may be close. Honestly, what game plan can I put together? None of your starting defensive backfield there. Whether Branch was suspended or not, for the most part, he ain't healthy. So he probably needed 2 weeks, to get healthy. Kirby Joseph ain't healthy. Terrion ain't healthy. DJ Reed ain't healthy. At the end of the day, at what point do Brad Holmes say, what are we doing wrong durability wise? I mean, that's 4 players that's out in the defensive backfield. Don't forget Levon Zerike, who they was dependent on, out. Don't forget Josh Pascal, which we don't even know what the fuck the injury is out. It's like to the point where, okay, we got to stop drafting these guys that had injury history. Ennis Rackstraw, 2 years in a row. Somebody told me he had a torn ACL in college, out. So part of it is probably practice habits and being a physical football team. The other part is the man got to draft better. He got to draft better, more durable players. I think it's hand in hand with coach and front office. Stop drafting these broken up motherfuckers, man, because they every year it's the same. Oh, if they get healthy enough, then nah. But not DJ. What's his brother name? Aleem McNeil's back. I don't expect much for him in his first game back. If they're gonna win the game, I don't. They're gonna outscore Tampa. Tampa like to throw a lot of blitzes at you. They're gonna outscore Tampa if they win the game. I think running the ball, stopping. They got to stop Tampa. Don't let Tampa stop the run the ball. They got to get after Baker Mayfield. They got to get some turnovers. Don't turn the ball over. Simple as that. I like Tampa in this one, 37-28. I just think their injuries are too much to overcome. She got Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Peace.